It seems like every road trip, somebody goes down, whether it's little brother's tummy aches or the tension between your ears or all the germ exposure from the plane, or even worse, when dad broke his arm on the trip, right? Today, I'm going to give you some confidence, maybe a little mental peace by sharing 4 ways to stay healthy on the road and some handy tools to help you when someone's a little under the weather. Yes. Yay. Yes. So while we are getting started, I want you to tell me what you think about this quote here. Your health is an investment, not an expense. Do you agree with that? Yes? No? If you're watching after the live is over, thank you so much for joining in. Make sure you leave comments. I'll be back to answer your questions, respond to your comments. Give me a little love. It helps us engage here as a community. Welcome to those of you who are joining us on Instagram. You're welcome to stay here, but you're in the cheap seats. If you want to grab all the links that I'm sharing today and all the stuff, you're going to want to come join us over on Facebook at 3 Life Essentials. So, yes, yay. Today is Free Friday. And we're talking about how you can stay healthy while on the road. And so, yes, we're going to be free from the ER, free from the clinic, free from misery, free to enjoy your trip, free to bounce back faster, and free to be less stressed. Now, if you want access to all of the written guide that I'm sharing with you today, all the show notes today, just drop the word healthy trip, all one word, below, and I'll make sure you get access to all the links of things that I'm sharing today. And also, you'll be put on our wait list for our brand new ebook that's coming out, 5 things we never leave home without. You're going to want to have that. It's going to be a great resource for when you are road tripping or all the things. Yes, and don't keep this to yourself. I have a bonus gift for those of you who choose to do that. So if this topic resonates with you, hit those buttons. Let me know how you feel about them. I know you have a few friends who could benefit from this, so just take a moment to tell them about it. Go ahead and do that. I'm super parched today, so I'm just drinking up my water. My name is Amy Miller. I'm a wellness advocate and a coach. And my husband, Jim, and I, we help families find a clear path to smoothly transition their lives into an RV that's perfect for their family so that they can live the dream that they never thought possible, whether that's for 14 days or 14 months. And we do this using our signature MAPS process. And this is Free Friday. So thank you for joining me, those who are joining me from our Explore the Unseen sister page. This is Free Friday. It's our weekly series on Fridays to experience life more fully, more abundantly. Bonus if we can do it naturally. So let's go back to this quote here. Your health is an investment, not an expense. Yeah, do you have thoughts about that? I want to add, it will become an expense, though, if you don't take time to invest in it. Yeah. Let that soak in. It's one of those that I kind of need to process through. Yes, and we love to learn out loud here on Free Friday. And when we do, we use the hashtag Free Friday. Yes, and explain whatever's freeing your mind, whatever your aha moment is. So throughout the live today, even if you're watching after the live is over, anytime you hear something that is really valuable to you, a new idea or a nugget you want to hold on to, type in the word hashtag Free Friday and then share that tip that you're going to implement. We love learning alongside one another today. And so now, we've all been there before, right? Your trip plans got derailed. Yes. Yeah, your trip plans got derailed. And instead of enjoying your time, you're worried about your little one that isn't feeling right. Or maybe you're feeling a little off yourself. And those little inconveniences are keeping you from really unplugging and making memories, which many times that's kind of why we're there doing that anyway, right? It's time to take back your vacation, time to make sure those little gremlins don't step in and steal your trip or your sanity. So, are you ready to regain control and really enjoy your next adventure? Yes. Okay. So let's dive in with one of these things. We're going to talk about because, it's interesting because we talk about health a lot, and I like this quote here. In fact, I'm going to add it in here because I think it's worth noting that this statement here that healthcare starts when something is right with you. When something is right with you. Because if we're honest with ourselves, a lot of times we think healthcare starts when something's wrong with you, right? That's when we that's when we kick it into gear. But healthcare actually starts when something is right with you. So let's dive in here. One of the 4 things, I'm going to be sharing 4 things with you. The first thing that I think we want to think about in making this next road trip healthy for everyone is gratitude. And you may be like, that's so simple, but the evidence is really overwhelming. It is no longer just a conspiracy theory or some woo-woo idea that you only hear about from people that are eating dirt or hugging a tree. We've talked about many times before how our brains are wired that the first step in returning to joy is through expressing gratitude to God. It really helps resync the right and left sides of the brain. And so how many times have you experienced one of the big 6 emotions while prepping for a trip or while you were on the road with your family? Raise your hand. Give me a little raising hand. Good morning, Sigrid. Good to see you here. Yes. Yeah, we've all experienced. And if you're like, what are the big 6 emotions? Go join us. I'll give you a link to our blog post where we talk about the big 6 emotions and how to return to joy when we get stuck in those. But yeah, we've experienced those and then we're like stuck in that. So one of the most important ways that we can stay healthy on the next travel adventure, because your mental state is probably going to be the biggest factor on whether or not you enjoy the trip, right? Even when those plans derail, that your mental state is going to be what helps carry you through. So if you want to be old school, bring a journal and a pen along with you. Make sure you have that, and make sure your kids have that too, to jot down 3 things that you're grateful for each morning to start you off on the best path. Or if you're like me and you prefer to have everything in an app form so you don't have one more thing to carry, make a folder on your phone. Oh, I can't show you because I'm on my phone right now with these apps. The YouVersion Bible, Soul Space, Think Up, and the 5-minute gratitude journal and prayer mate apps in it. Start there in the mornings. It takes just a few minutes, and that will be well worth it setting the course in your day. You can even get your kids doing the same thing, giving them space to write or draw 3 things that they're thankful for each morning will help get them set up for a more successful day mentally too. And with our kids, we help ours walk through a little devotional with their own YouVersion Bible app and a joy prayer card. So, and don't worry if you are wondering, how can I find all these things? Just drop the word healthy trip, all one word, and I'll make sure you get that info. Okay, so we've talked about gratitude, right? So another thing that's really going to help us stay healthy while we're on the road is exercise. Now, movement is key, but we have a tendency sometimes to, especially when we're traveling, to be sedentary, especially if it's a long road trip or a long plane ride. And movement's key to help staying healthy. Our bodies were not designed for that sedentary lifestyle that we've handed them. And many of our body systems, including our endocrine system, our lymphatic system, our cardiovascular system, our skeletal system, look, your whole body loves to move. And so exercising not only helps with strengthening our muscles, raising our metabolism, lowering our heart rate, it also releases chemicals in our body that stimulate feelings of peace and accomplishment. And you take it a whole nother level if you're doing that movement in nature. That takes it to a whole nother level. But in other words, physical movement is key to your mental health. So in addition, moving your body will help you fight off infection and disease. So if you think of exercise as only being for athletes, or if you think of exercise as only being for people who are trying to lose weight, think again. Exercise is for anyone that wants to be healthy. So if you don't care about your health, then please feel free to skip moving your body today. So when you're on that road trip, get a hotel with a gym. Make sure you look for something. Get those bike trails looked up. There's apps for that. Look up those hiking trails. Look to see where the national park is in that area, or even for like me, skating friendly areas. You guys know, if you're following me on my personal page, I have been relearning to rollerblade, and I had my first fall yesterday. Got a little tiny little road burn here, but it was okay. I got back up and I actually finished strong. So yes, but you can add that time into your travel adventure plans. Pencil it in as part of the trip so that it feels like it is part of the trip. And if the worst happens with a rainy day or otherwise, and you're stuck in your RV or your hotel room, play the kids the adventure workouts or other kids' workouts on YouTube. Your kids will love it, and you will too, because you have your sanity and they have their energy out. So yes, and don't worry, I'll give you guys some links to all that stuff. Okay, so the third thing that is going to help you stay healthy on your road trip is essential oils. Now, let's face it, when you're on the road, that's when the unexpected happens. But in order to be prepared for the unexpected, you've got to start with prevention. You've got to start when there's something right with you. So bringing your supplements is key. Here's my supplement, my favorite supplement case. And I have like a little zippered pouch that if I'm going to be traveling, I can put this in and have them all with you. But bringing your supplements is key to keeping that foundation of your wellness strong, keeping your energy up, your brain clear, your mood stable, and your immune system strong. So grab a travel case so it's super easy to not leave those at home. Another thing is, I don't have it right here with me, is your On Guard protective blend. It's key to keeping all the germy things at bay and your immune system supported. So your On Guard beadlets in your pocket, so you can keep those, since those are handy, especially when you're traveling on an airplane. They're super handy and convenient. The On Guard hand spray in your bag. I'll show you my bag here. Here's my bag. I've got my On Guard hand spray right here. I have my On Guard hand wash, even a travel hand wash for those times when you go in places and there's not soap, or you go in places and you don't want to have the antibacterial soap that can be so bad for your endocrine system. So, and having your DIY Lysol alternative for the Airbnb or the hotel room. That's our DIY, and that will cover all your bases. Also, bringing your little travel diffuser with you. This is our little travel diffuser. You can see it comes with this little handy pouch. It has a spot here where you can put your different essential oils here, but your travel diffuser will go a long way because it plugs right into your vehicle. It's got a cord where you can plug it into your vehicle or into a regular outlet, but this will go a long way in keeping peace especially if you're road tripping in the car, good moods, but then also happy sleep and keeping the germy things at bay if you're in like an Airbnb or a hotel. So, and I like oils like the Peace blend, or lavender or cedar wood, or the Serenity Restful blend, or even Breathe, having your Breathe respiratory blend in case you go to a place and the area has some stuffiness. All of these are great options to have ahead of time. Now, what about when things go awry? Okay, that's when you're going to want to have your On Guard Plus capsules. I have this little travel case right here that I keep in my bag at all times, and you'll see here, I'll open it up. But you're going to want to have your On Guard Plus capsules. Those will help you get your back on your A game in no time. And if you have kids under 6, have that capsule in a roller bottle form so that you can be ready and apply it right away and frequently. So you can see mine are right here. You can see I have On Guard Plus capsules, and this is my little case that has different essential oil capsules that are ready to go for different needs. So what about what about tummy aches and digestion discomforts and travel woozies? That's when you can keep your Digest Zen, your digestive blend. I've got those right here, and Digest Tab, which is great for the after, the occasional heartburn, those kinds of things. Especially if you happen to be eating food that you're not as familiar with, especially if you're traveling. Peppermint beadlets. I love keeping those on hand. And even I also keep my ginger drops along for the ride for these. We keep these in the truck, and I keep them also on me. You never know when you're going to need that to soothe things. So what about tension on the head and neck? That happens too, right? And so when it does, make sure you have your favorite solution with you. Have your peppermint or your past tense tension blend roller, or having even your deep blue soothing blend roller, or frankincense. Those will all come to the rescue. Now, what about when you've gone out for a hike and your muscles are feeling it? Have your deep blue rub and copaiba ready along with your spouse to sweet talk and know applying it for you. And then when the bugs are coming around, I have my bag here again, and I've got my TerraShield spray ready. And then maybe even have your lavender roller ready for the itching when you weren't ready for it, right? Yes. So essential oils are also key. Now, yes, these are all things that we help with when we're talking about helping you have a more successful road trip. Now, I want you to tell me about this statement here. We pay the doctor to make us better when we really should have been paying the farmer to keep us healthy. What do you think about that statement? We pay the doctor to make us better when we should really be paying the farmer to keep us healthy. Do you agree with that statement? Yeah, so the next area we're going to talk about is fuel. So this is the last area. This is the last area we're going to talk about in now, I was going to call this one diet, but then I thought better of it. The things you put in your body are the things that fuel your body. So imagine, if you will, that you got in an airplane bound for Aruba, and the pilot came over the intercom and said they didn't have enough jet fuel. So instead, they were going to use some of the sodas from the airplane's galley. Would you still be in your seat as the plane started to taxi the runway? Yeah, no, me either. Because we know intuitively that having the wrong fuel will keep the airplane from performing the way it was designed. Well, you're like that plane, but unfortunately, you've been filling your own jet engine with soda, processed foods, refined sugar, and other junk. And so feeding yourself foods that actually provide bioavailable nutrients is going to change the way your body runs, or whether it runs at all. So that's why back when we talked about essential oils, having your essential oil supplements as well as bioavailable vitamins and minerals and nutrients, those are going to go a long way in giving your body the right fuel. Yeah, so it's super easy to load up on junk traveling. Trust me. I've been traveling full time with my family for 3 years now. However, it's essential for this foundation to be in place so that your immune system is strong for the coming home part of the trip. Remember that part of the trip? Okay, so here's my best tips with this. Number one, learn our good, better, best rating system. This will jumpstart you in making your decisions ahead of time, what you will compromise on and what you won't compromise on when it comes to fuel for your body. Number two, preparation is key. Meal planning, healthy snacks, even less junk food will go a long way in this area. And then what about eating out? Have a plan for what you're going to be doing about eating out so that you're not caught off guard. And then number four, budget. Yep. Now, if you want more in depth on each of these areas, grab our Eating Healthy on the Road post, and I'll share that with you guys in our notes. Yep, just drop the word healthy trip, all one word, and I'll make sure you get all those links and notes from today. So now if you're like me, you may be sitting here thinking, all this sounds good, but you aren't quite sure where to begin. If you want a bit more support when it comes to planning your next trip, find us on our sister site, exploretheunseen.com. You can schedule a quick chat with us. I'll share that link right here with you somewhere. I'll share that link with you guys. Hold on, let me find it. It's disappeared on me. Okay, I'll share it with you guys in just a minute. Oh, there it is. Exploretheunseen.com. And you can schedule a quick chat with us and we'll help you find the next best steps for you and your family. We'll help you make that next travel adventure the best yet. Yes. Now, speedy recap. Gratitude, exercise, essential oils, and fuel. Those are the things you're going to need to stay healthy while on the road this year. I'm about to sign off. Thank you guys for joining me this week. I love being with you here to help you and your family simplify your life with just 3 life essentials. You are worth the investment. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.